Uh, my natural hair tip, for anyone who has recently discovered, or maybe you've always been a YouTuber, where you've watched the YouTube videos and then just decided to find out some more about natural hair and things to do if you're transitioning, or different things to do to your hair, like twists and other braided styles and stuff like that. Um, that When you start looking at the information, uh, it can be very overwhelming. I've been chemical free for over 6 years. I transitioned the whole time. I never did a big chop. That took me, well, I don't even know how long that took me. I know after 3 years, I noticed that my hair was no longer didn't have much perm, if it had any perm left on it. There wasn't much. And then since then, I've had my ends clipped because I used to still get my hair pressed out. I never let it do its natural thing. So whenever I go to the beautician and get my hair pressed out, she clipped my ends. So every time I kept my ends clipped, I just kept cutting it out and letting my hair grow. It's only been at least 2.5 years since I truly noticed, this is 6 years altogether, truly noticed that my hair was all completely natural from root to tip. Uh, but like I said, I wasn't accepting its natural state. I've only just accepted it in the past year and a half, and I've only just discovered the information that can be found on YouTube in the last 3 months. I was searching for information about braid outs, or excuse me, twist outs, and it brought up YouTube videos. Uh, I was just looking for a written, typed tutorial about how to do it, because that's how I found out about doing two strand twists. I just found a straight written tutorial and it worked. I had to tweak what I did, not the directions, but what I did with my fingers and the which way I twisted and how I parted it to get it the way I liked it. But when I went to find out about twist outs or braid outs, YouTube videos were brought up. So I started watching. And one thing led to another, and I was hooked. And I was getting so much information from here, there. I was getting so much information from here, there, and everywhere that for a little while I was stuck. I was watching the videos, but I wasn't doing anything that I was learning on the videos, because I was like, wait, she said to do this, but she said that doesn't work to do this. And she said, oh, forget all that, do this. That I got kind of confused. So the whole thing with learning the information, especially when you start getting it from the internet, you start getting it from YouTube or whatever other place you might get the information from, is to take your time, keep it simple, do one thing at a time, try one thing at a time. Uh, if you're going to try styles that other people are showing you how to do, you're going to have, most likely, unless you're very good at doing your own hair, like braiding your own hair and twisting your own hair and things like that, which I wasn't. Uh, Unless you're very good at that, it may take you a couple tries of trying to do it to actually get the result that you want. Guarantee it, it will not look exactly like whoever you watch do it. Guaranteed. Because your hair is your hair is their hair. And so if you just take your time, keep it simple. Try one thing at a time. Don't run out buying every product that you hear about, because guarantee you, if you start slapping all that stuff on your hair, you're not going to have the results that you're looking for. So, once you truly accept your hair in its natural state and you take your time with trying the different things, uh, it'll come. It'll work. I know I during that transitioning phase, uh, I had made a decision not to put a relaxer in my hair anymore, simply because every time I did, I got dry scalp, itchy scalp. I had scabs at the end of the day, of getting the relaxer done. My hair had no body. It was limp. It was flat, um, and felt very fragile. Was always dry. I always had hair coming out of my comb, um, lots of it too. It seemed like uh, more than I have now with my hair in its natural state. It's very odd to me. But actually, what it's saying is that my hair was not healthy. My hair wasn't in good shape. It wasn't in its natural state, and so it was rebelling to me. That's how I put it. So my conscious decision was to not put the chemical relaxers in because of what the result was, not because I was saying, "Oh, I'm going natural." Okay. So my hair journey kind of took me around the world before I finally got to this point. And that's been over 6 years that I finally get to this point. So you got to take your time. When you get frustrated and you're deciding that you or thinking that you're either going to cut all your hair off and start over, or you're going to put a relaxer in your hair again because you have no clue what you're doing, step back, get it braided up, go to a hairdresser and get it pressed out, just so you can have that feeling of your hair straight. Okay, keep the ends clipped and take a break from your natural state. And while you're doing that, take some time to find out some information. You can't take everything everyone says at face value, because what works for them works for them. You are not them. Do your own research. Find out your own information. If they suggest books to read or other videos to watch or websites to go to find out about information, check them out. Learn for yourself, because that same information that worked for them, they may have interpreted in another form, which then uh, they used and figured out how to make it work for them. So all you have to do is figure out how to make it work for yourself. And like I said, take your time, keep it simple. You are an individual, and your hair is an individual. And as some of us all know, even the hair on our head has individual strands that do their own thing. One does this, the other one stays straight. So we as many of you also know, our hair has its own mind, and the best we can do is work with it the best way we know how. And you'll come to a point where you're happy with everything that you do to your hair, because you'll come to a point where you finally understand how to work with your hair. And once you learn how to work with your hair will do whatever you want it to do. So don't get upset, don't get sad, don't chop it off. Don't put the relaxer in it if you can help it. I've been there, and I really wanted to, but I just couldn't do it. I had to hold strong, and you can too. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.